What's up, everybody? Kind of an impromptu review. I just got two knives and twice the same knife actually. This knife, the Sanrenmu H03 or H03. I traded both those knives for my Kershaw Wildcat Ridge with another German dude who contacted me via eBay. And he was a really nice guy, and those knives go for each around 13 bucks. I think I paid 23 for my Wildcat Ridge, shipping included. I don't remember offhand, but something like that, under 30 bucks. And yeah, I thought it was a good deal. And I bought those knives to carry as sheeple knives, and one actually goes to my little sister. As an addition to her Christmas gift. So there's nothing in there. This is just a box. The knife I'm talking about is this. They make it actually in two colorations. Well, of course, the stainless steel and mirror polished blade is the same, but the plastic handle scales and the spine not of the blade, but the back spring spine thing, top of the handle, they make that in light blue as well. I just happen to really like this bright orange. It looks really cool. Reminds me a little bit of fountain pens, like this Noodler's Ahab, you know, with those marbling going on and everything. Yeah, I just like the looks of this plastic pattern. So the knife is a lot smaller than I expected. It is actually, let me reach around the camera, basically the same size like a Sanrenmu 763, but look at how different those knives are. So a knife is definitely not a knife. This one, G10 handles, axis lock, aggressive texturing, jimping, more of a tactical knife. And this, kind of a little funky, freaky gentleman, Slipjoint. Yes, and it has a half stop and thumb studs. So this is my well, besides my besides my bird turn, my only one-handed opening, true one-handed opening slip joint. The back spring is not super strong, but you can open it very easily. Has a half stop there, and it snaps right into place. And the way you grip it, I'm sorry I can't zoom out right now, is just like that. You know, someone said in his review here on YouTube that this part of the blade, you know, this is not ideally designed. I think it is geniusly designed. The only thing I wouldn't mind missing is that if it was just rounded, not, you know, these two grooves, if you will. If this was rounded, it would be perfect, because your thumb lands here on top, and you can really press down, and you will not be able to close it because the blade is way up there. So your thumb naturally lands on part of the back spring. Your pointer finger is right there. And you know, just the middle finger, it's not sharp at all. It's very well rounded. It's even skeletonized inside. You may see the cutouts, circular cutouts underneath the scales. You really have a good grip on it. So if I have it in a fist grip, of course it disappears a little bit, but my finger gets in there. And if I extend my thumb, That's how much longer than my thumb it is. Wow, my thumb looks really, really thick in this projection. Well, but you can really use that hard this way. You can really press down. You can see my thumb there. You can really bear down because it won't fold on you, at least not in that grip. So if that was missing, just this corner, it would be outstandingly comfortable. It still is. It is very light. I will annotate the weight. I don't have a scale right here right now, but just look at the file work on the back spring. Isn't that gorgeous? That's very nice attention to detail. That makes this knife just look a lot more expensive than it is. Of course, these plastic scales are not super high quality. They will probably crack and scratch if you use them hard. But this is a slip joint. This is a sheep knife. This is a gentleman folder. I think I spit. Jesus Christ. Which you can open two-handed, by the way. No problem. You just have to grab it by the thumb studs because, you know, there you don't have much to grip. But it is a really nice knife. I have this twice, like I told you. Let me reach for some paper, and both came equally sharp, which is a good thing, which tells me, you know, quality control is working. Both knives were really sharp. Haven't used this yet. Of course, mirror polished HCR13 MOV steel blade. Good heat treat. Very good heat treat. If you don't know, Sanrenmu probably makes his or her. Is it a her company? I think Sanrenmu makes its knife in the same company as Spyderco does its knife. It does their knives in China. Same factory probably, at least the bird knives. It is rumored and very well likely that Sanrenmu and bird knives are made in the same factory. So very good heat treat as well, hollow ground, but very lean. Everything is rounded very well. It's super smooth. Let me try to do this right with the camera. Yeah, basically no resistance. Is slightly stronger paper than, you know, printer paper. The tip also very sharp. It's a sharp knife. It looks very nice. It is pretty light. Only thing I have to, you know, nag about a little bit is that out of two knives, they have one pivot and two torque screws on each side that will hold the scales on top. Out of those 5 screws per knife, out of those 10 knives, only one. Out of those 10 screws, only one screw was moving. So I got in there with my screwdriver, tried to take off the scales, you know, just to look how they would look without the scales. You know, they would be even slimmer. They have only those little holes from the screws and quite big cutouts in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 1, 2, 3 large-ish holes on each side of the handle. So it would be a skeletonized stainless steel slip joint. I just wanted to see how that would look. But only one screw was moving. The other ones are very much Loctited in there, and they busted on me immediately. So the hardware is not at all hardened. Well, you can use this in a variety of grips, of course. It is a very people-friendly knife. Although it is shiny, and you know, sheep are getting scared by shiny things. But if you would sit on a train, you know, just minding your own business, find a loose thread on your jeans, you could certainly, you know, take that out and cut that thread off immediately without, you know, being afraid that people would be afraid of you. Well, we're not really afraid of that, but you know, we take it under consideration when we whip out our knives. Man's most important tools besides fire. But still, people get scared by them. Discussion for another day. But this is certainly a recommended knife. If you can get it for under $15 shipped, it is an amazing value. Really amazing value. You can close it one-handed. I do it like that. Press with the thumb on the spine till the half stop. You're not really, you know, in peril of cutting yourself. It's plenty fun if you hold it in normal configuration. And then you kind of have to, you know, monkey fist. I just call this position monkey fist. I don't know. It's, you know, I just grab it like that by the scale, and you can close it one-handed. Well, if those scales were missing, that would certainly be a two-handed closing knife, because you don't have the side of the scale to grasp, get some leverage. You just have to be careful with all sharp things, pointy things, everything really. Things that go boom especially. Has a lanyard hole. I don't see myself getting a lanyard on there. But this is, I don't think the camera will do it justice, but this very vibrant orange looks super, super cool. And then in addition, this filework, it is really cool. It is really, really cool. This is normally not the kind of knife Sanrenmu puts out. I don't have the 710 right here, right now, on my table. But the knives Sanrenmu usually goes for are small, tactical, or homages to other custom knives. Like the 710 is an homage to the Chris Reeve Sabanza, the small Sabanza. But this one is just a very original design. I haven't seen a knife like this anywhere before. I think the design of the handle is fine. Besides this edge here, it would be perfect. If it wasn't for this edge, it would be perfect. And I don't have the means to, you know, Dremel that edge off. But even the grip you have plenty of leverage on the blade, and you press down right there where the blade won't close on you. So this is a natural grip for me. As I told you, I will annotate the weight. I can totally recommend this knife to you. They make it in 2 colors if you don't like this orange. But just look at it, it is so stunning. Mirror polished stainless steel. This is probably stainless steel, not aluminum. But it is even milled out. So a lot of work got into this blade, into this knife. The blade centering on this is slightly to this side. On the other model it was spot on. It was perfect. Perfectly in the middle. You cannot flick this knife. Well, you can, but I try not to cut myself doing it. Yeah. There's a back spring. It's a slip joint. You don't flick this knife. You either open it two-handed or one-handed. So you have a secure presentation of the blade. I thank you very much for watching. This knife is an outstanding addition to any knife collection, or even as a gift for, you know, non-knife people who don't really know how to disengage a lock. So slip joint is perfect for that. Very nice for food prep. You know, cutting apples and whatnot. Small EDC chores, not scaring people with it. Very nice for that. Thanks for bearing through this well, lengthy review, and I thank you very much for watching. Have a good night. Roll Tide.